this is a message to humanity. Please stop word thinking. Signed, whatever God is. Yeah, so word thinking. This is a term, I've heard this term thrown around a bit, but I think that Scott Adams, the creator of Dilbert, who also has his own Periscope, Coffee with Scott Adams, and Real Coffee with Scott Adams here on YouTube, he talks about word thinking. And what this is essentially is that when people are having a discussion with you, or conversation, or a debate, and instead of focusing on the logic, or the underlying logic, the actual, content of what you're saying, they tend to focus on the words that you're using, sort of focusing on the presentation or the framing over the actual underlying reason. So it's something that it kind of goes along with word salad, where people that don't have much of an argument might focus on the presentation of what you're saying versus the actual subject. They might try to find ways to undermine your argument by focusing on which words you're using, and even pointing to them and saying, "I think you're using that word the wrong way." Now, they might be right. I would recommend asking clarifying questions versus word thinking. I wouldn't focus on the words so much, and more the meaning behind them, the context in which they're used. And if you need to ask a clarifying question about what's being said, because it truly confuses you and the concepts that are being presented, they just don't really they don't gel in your mind because the word usage was not to your tastes, or it's something that you may not understand. I would recommend, and whatever God is would recommend, that for more fluid conversations and really getting to the core and getting to the solution to problems, staying away from focusing on the definition of a word. And of course, many words have multiple definitions, but focusing your attention away from the definition of a word and actually focus on what the person is trying to say. That should be the subject that you're working on, the goal that you're working towards. So word thinking is a bit of a distraction when you're trying to have a Socratic dialogue or any kind of debate. So not something that I'm particularly a fan of. But hey, I'm trying something new. I am worried though. I am worried. Why? Well, I don't want to monkey this up. If you found what I just said offensive, please leave me a comment below and let me know how I can improve your viewing experience for these videos. And, I don't wish to offend, but sometimes it happens. It is not your right not to be offended. So, but I do appreciate any feedback, positive, negative, neutral, trolling, or otherwise. So please leave me a comment below and we can start the discussion.